Hey guys, Jay here and welcome to another convention review. Today I'm talking about PAX West 2022. So, there's also going to be, just like every year, a companion video to this video. And that is going to be my con haul, if you will, where I show you the stuff that I bought, as well as all the autographs. So if you want to see that video as well, you can get to it by either going to the card up on the top or the description below. Alright, real talk, this is going to be negative. Sorry. If that's all you came for, and you don't care why, PAX West just sucks now. Just totally sucks. There was some good. There was, but it had nothing to do with PAX themselves. Everything that had to do with the convention itself, or the expo or whatever, was bad. This right here, that I'm playing with, this is one of the reasons. This was how you showed that you were vaccinated. You cannot show a negative test, you must show vaccination. I'm pretty sure you must show vaccination. Doesn't matter, that's what I did anyway. So, this has to stay on your wrist the entire weekend. These aren't made to be on your wrist the whole weekend. These are made for one-day festival event things. They're festival wristbands. That's what they're for. They're like when you go to a music festival or something. That's what they're for. It's one day, and then you just cut it off. That's it. You're not supposed to have these on all weekend. If you sleep with this on, there's a chance you could tighten it in your sleep and cut off circulation and have to go to the hospital in the morning. Because you don't realize that you cut off circulation to your hand. This is very dangerous. Cons need to stop doing this. SoccerCon did it where they just straight up said, give me your arm. So when you give them your arm, they just put it on and they didn't tell you what it was. So they just said, this is your adult wristband. What happens if I wasn't going to adult things? What happens if I wasn't doing the 18 plus panels? Then I don't need this. That's fine. Then they're like, okay, well whatever, cut it off. They're not going to replace it. If you're not going to those, it doesn't really matter. You don't need it. You do with this con, because these show your vaccination, you literally have to show them. Con did it where they had a black band. It's in the room. I kept it because it's kind of cool actually. It's like a medical one where it's got that snap on it, and like when you're at the hospital. Those you can hide under your costume, but they also don't tighten on you. They stay one tightness and they stay that way the whole time. They're not going to change. These will. When these these you can't pull it off, but you can tighten it, and then it doesn't come off. So now it's tightened. You have to actually pull it all the way through and then put it back through to tighten it. You can't do that with a wrist in the way. Once that gets too tight, you're screwed basically. And if you're asleep, you're definitely screwed. So this needs to go. Conventions need to stop doing that. There's other ways to do it. Like Con, the way they did it. When you have to show your vaccination or your test to get the wristband, and then you have it the rest of the time, but it can't hurt you like this one can. So it would be so much better if they did away with these stupid ribbon ones. Just do a regular one. It doesn't cost that much more. It'll be fine. People will be much more happy that way. Also, you can't really shower with these because they get drenched and then they just stay wet until they dry on your arm. And then you just have wet on your arm the entire time. Luckily, they didn't tighten mine as far as they wanted to, so I was able to slip it off my hand every night. When I came home, I was able to take it off, so I didn't have to worry about that. So, anyone who's running conventions, stop doing that! So this is there's a garbage there. That's getting thrown away. I don't want to see those ever again. My SoccerCon one, I took off at SoccerCon and just threw out at the hotel. So it was in the hotel garbage. I don't want to see those ever again. Those are horrible. And I understand that you can't just show your vaccination when you go and get your badge, because they mail badges out early if you buy them early enough, and they don't have names on them. And you can buy them from people outside. And somebody can just trade badges around and nobody will know. And that way somebody could get in without, a vaccination or whatever, or without obeying the rules. And, that's not a good thing. There's ways to do it that aren't harmful to people. That is a horrible idea. And I know I'm complaining about that a whole lot right now, but that's how bad it can be. But anyway, the only other real bad thing is how they don't really let you go outside much. So it's really hard to explain. But I don't think I got video of the area outside, like, well, showing enough of the area. I did get video in the area during a photo shoot, but I don't think I got video of the walk there, so you can see how much of outside, but it's like a courtyard area. If you've ever been to SoccerCon or Emerald City Comic Con or even any other PAX, you would know what it's like. You go up to the fourth floor through the escalators up the main building. Then you take a left, and there's doors that go either to the main lobby, where like at SoccerCons where autographs and the main stage and stuff are. And then there's doors that also go outside, and it's just a big window. And so outside there's like a little pathway that goes down the windows, and then it opens to a courtyard. That courtyard in 2019, a third of it was all we could go to. It was almost none. It was like not even as wide as my room. That's how little space we had. Maybe about my room actually, because there was a little food stand, and then like you'd walk a couple of steps and there was a barricade. And this time they made it the entire courtyard you could go into, but there's a little exit, like a little pathway exit out of the courtyard. They put barricades there, and if you went out that, then you had to go all the way around the building one of the ways to get back in. So you had to go around the block essentially. They're city blocks, not just a regular little town block. So they're pretty big. And that makes it so people don't go outside for photo shoots very often. So there was only one area, which was the courtyard, to do photo shoots. And there's also other people there, so you're bothering everyone else. So if you go past them to go to the actual photo shoot areas, like at SoccerCon or something, then no one would do it, because you would have to go all the way back around. You wouldn't be able to get back inside the easy way. So back in 2017 and 18, when I went, there was tons of photo shoots. Like every half hour, there was a different photo shoot happening at somewhere in the park. There was at least one or two, maybe three happening at the same time at any given time. And now there's nothing, because nobody can go over there without having to go all the way around. So it's really horrible. So that makes it so like there's no photo shoots that people can really go to. There can't be multiple photo shoots at the same time. A lot of things are going to have to try to not overlap. It's really difficult because it's one area, so everybody has to share the same spot or leave the barricade. And nobody wants to do that. So that's the problem. That's the main problem. The reason I don't like PAX right now. And then that thing, the wristband, was the other one. Also this year, I don't know if it was because of COVID or whatever, but there was like very, very small amount of booths there. So what it is there's a bunch of like game booths. Like, so you have like, just like in a dealer's hall, like an expo hall at a convention, there's a bunch of different tables set up or different booths that are set up for different things. This one is all about video games, so it's a bunch of video game companies. There's a lot of indies, but there's also a bunch of AAAs usually. This year there was almost none. There was Bandai, which Bandai Namco actually had a really, really big section. They took up where Square Enix was the last time I was there anyway. So if you see my vlogs going in for when Kingdom Hearts 3 was coming out and stuff, 2018 I believe, you can see when I'm going in the doors, right where Square Enix and Kingdom Hearts 3 was, that was Bandai this time. They took up that entire space. So, and then next to them was Nintendo, and then a little ways down was Pokemon. They were on like, so where that entrance is, Pokemon was on the other side of that entrance. So leaving that section to go to the Sky Bridge, that's where Pokemon was. And then Sega was also over there. I don't remember exactly where. I can't remember. I didn't go to Sega because there's nothing Sega that I care about right now. Just Sonic, and there was too many people. I wasn't about to get in any line for if they had a demo. They probably had a Sonic Frontiers demo, but it's not worth standing in line for 2 hours and missing stuff. But so those were like the only booths that were there. They were AAA. And then there was the Hoyoverse, MiHoYo for Genshin and stuff like that. But they had almost nothing. Their booth was, the Genshin Impact booth was literally a photo backdrop, and you got a couple posters. You got one for each day if you got a picture at their backdrop. The backdrop never changed. That's it. That was their whole booth. And then they had a Honkai booth for the new Honkai Star Rail game, and it was just horrible. I played the demo and it sucked. Horrible game. But I didn't take a video of it. They asked me not to, so it's fine, whatever. But yeah, horrible game. But Other than that, it was all indie booths, nothing else. So, and then there was like obviously some of the merch and things like that. Like there was level up dice. There was limited run games. There, you know, Shovel Knight, stuff where you could buy stuff. You know, they had demos too, but it was mostly a merch booth where you could just buy stuff. Honestly, other than that, there wasn't a whole lot to do. It was pretty dead, honestly. Like Friday was super dead. Friday on the other days was packed as crap. This year it was dead. That's the only word I can think of. But other than that, everything else was fine. I mean, the staff was good. I did ask some of the staff some questions about where things might be. They tried to help me the best they can. You know, they're not going to have all the answers, so the things they don't know, they tried to help at least. So like I was looking for a tote bag with one of those cloth ones, and I was like, do you know anywhere that has one? You know, I'm trying to look for one, and they pointed me to somewhere that might have one, and they did. And they did it was a BioWare, and they just gave me one for free. So they gave me a booth that actually had what I asked for, so that was good. They at least knew what they were talking about. And there was enforcers everywhere, and they call their staff enforcers, so yeah. They were everywhere, they were all helpful, they were all trying to be respectful of people. If they needed people to move, they would say please, you know, and thank you, and all that kind of stuff. I didn't hear any of them complaining about people. It was fine. And then all the cosplayers were awesome. I got some good videos for the vlog, and the cosplayers are normally awesome. That has nothing to do with the experience of the, I mean it does, but it doesn't really have to do with the experience of the con itself, because they're not part of the con. They're just there. They're just attending just like I am. So they're probably in the same mindset as me, and they probably are like, oh hey sweet, somebody wanted a photo or a video or whatever. That's awesome. So they're all pretty happy about it. But other than that, there's really nothing to talk about. Honestly, I don't think I'm gonna go back next year at all, unless they take away the barricades and stuff. If they do that, I'll probably go again. If not, probably not. And then if there's no booths again, like there's no Square Enix, no Xbox, no Activision, no Sony, nothing. So if there's no booths to even go to that I would want to go to, why go? I only went because I needed something to do, honestly. I just spent $190 to get tickets to go just to mess around because I was bored. So, I don't know. If you think it's good for you, then I guess go. I personally wouldn't recommend it at this time, unless they change that stuff. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video. So if you like it, go ahead and hit that thumbs up, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys later.